Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Lauren, and I am happy to have you joining me here today and watching this video. I thought that I'd talk about reflection. There are so many things that we are doing in 2024, December specifically, because we know December is the last month of the year. We're starting to wrap up. And if you're anything like me, then you've been doing a lot of reflecting. So I wanted to talk about how reflecting back on my 2024 has been for me. So I got the idea of doing reflection from Be a Better Baddie, the video that she put out about transforming your 2025 or glowing up your 2025. I will link it down below. But in it, she talked about how you should reflect on your 2024, and also she said come up with a word for 2025. So I've reflected on 2024, but I also came up a word that described my year, the year 2024, right? So that word for me was transitions. And I don't know if transitions would have been the word that I would have chosen like in December 2023 for 2024. But after doing all of my reflecting on, there's different categories that she names. Hold on, let me see if I can get my book. Okay, I'm back. So for instance, some of the categories are relationships, career, business, finances. She names a lot more. I definitely will link the video so you can watch it and you can glow up your 2025, right? So I reflected on 2024, and based off of my reflections, I was like, I feel like my word for 2024 is transitions. I went through physical, mental, and emotional, and spiritual transitions, I feel like. And I think that just kind of describes how my year went. Like, at the beginning of the year in January 2024, I transitioned from US to a whole nother country. Like, I went to another country by myself, that country being Mexico. You will never hear me stop talking about it because I think it's so major that I did that. And that was a major transition, like going to another country by myself, spending 3+ months in that country alone, like just a transition physically, because I was in a physically new location, but also the transition mentally and what that means to remove myself from what it means to be in America for that long period. Like, I had not done that prior. The longest I had been out of the country beforehand is probably like a week. I would say, yeah, like a week is the longest I've been out of the country. That's a lie. 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks that I've been out of the country before. When I went to Belize with my school, we stayed for 2 weeks. So that's the longest I had been out of the country outside of my trip to Mexico. And I'm just thinking, like, this is a big transition, like not only the physical, but also the mental and the spiritual, and just being in a different headspace and being prepared to immerse myself in another country. So like transitions, that represented transitions for me, in that like right at the beginning of the year, right? And more transitions, like different relationships, right? Like ending relationships and not relating to people in a similar fashion. Those are another form of transitions that I feel like I've had to go through. And also the transition of like my mindset as well, and like knowing that I am the I double I can't spell it clearly because I'm trying not to curse, but knowing that I am the shiznai, okay, in the words of Love and Hip Hop Scrappy, but knowing that I am that girl, like going through that mindset and like shifting my way of thinking, which is always a continuous process. Like, you always have to continually be working on yourself and like learning more about yourself and like just coming to terms with like who you are and who you know that you can be. I think I went through that transition as well, like that mindset shift and just feeling in a better headspace, like being in a more positive headspace. So I would say that like transitions, because of these different transitions, that kind of encompasses like what my year was. And I do think there are like other transitions that I have gone through throughout the year, but I just wanted to give you some examples of like the transitions that kind of relate to me right now, and is more the reason like why I chose transitions as my word of 2024 when I was reflecting. And I just wanted to share that because there are, you know, as we prepare for 2025, you might be reflecting on 2024 as well. And I think just kind of like recognizing that you are a different person from January to now. Like, there are different things that you've had to go through. There's different things that you've experienced, and you are not the same person. And I think recognizing that and like, yeah, recognizing that, making note of it, and knowing that like you have grown as an individual. I think we get so caught up on like what we haven't yet gotten to that we forget to like reflect back on what we've actually done and like all that we have went through. So which is why I'm grateful for the video from Be a Better Baddie, because it has helped me to reflect on my year and not go into 2025 thinking that all of this other stuff that I've experienced the year prior is irrelevant. So if you are planning to like reflect on your 2024, just be gentle, be kind with yourself, but also just recognize like there might be areas that you want to improve on. There might be areas that you excelled in. So just making note of that and being mindful of it when you are reflecting and preparing for your 2025. And also reminding yourself to not overwhelm yourself like at this moment either, like feeling like the pressure to plan out your 2025, because you can make all the plans in the world and some things will shift and some things will change. So I think being open to understanding that changes might occur and going with the flow of those changes. Not saying like you should not plan out what you want to plan out to happen. That's perfectly fine. But also understanding that sometimes we have to adjust to different things. Acting on this year, I think, was helpful for me. And I'm happy that I watched that video, because I don't know if I would have reflected on my year. I think I would have just gone right into, okay, what do I want to get done for 2025, or what are my goals, my visions, and all of that stuff. Like I would have went right into that in preparation for like making my vision board and having my goals aligned and all of that stuff. But I think stopping to reflect is really good, especially at the end of the year. And when you're doing it kind of like by those categories or separating it by months, it really helps to see like what you actually did, because we can forget like we've done so many things. So for me personally, like it helps me, like I write in this book, like I write everything down, and it helps me to go back and like just look at what I've written down for those reflections, and yeah, keeping track of it as well. Keeping track of what I do on a monthly basis has been very helpful. So yeah, I just wanted to come here and talk about reflecting for 2024, what my word was for 2024, how I'm preparing for 2025, because that video is also preparation for 2025 as well. This is a video that has helped me, so I appreciate this video. Yeah, let me know how, if you're doing reflecting for 2024, and if you are, how that has been for you. Have you come up with a word for 2024 that kind of represents your experiences, or what the year was like for you? Let me know in the comments down below. And please make sure you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and I will see y'all in the next one, probably after the holidays. I don't know yet. I might pop out with a video or two. It depends. It really just depends on how I'm feeling. But in other words, just be on the lookout. But yes, thank you for supporting. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.